where are we? And he's right. They're better than this. And they look like Dookie the other night.
We talked earlier, we briefly mentioned earlier, the Texans obviously lost Thursday night against the Jets. But something CJ Stroud said has created a little bit of concern, maybe. Certainly has opened some eyes. CJ said he was embarrassed on Thursday night, obviously. But this is what he said, John, and tell me what you make of this. I would say we just got to honestly play football better, execute better, stop pointing fingers, and realize at the end of the day, this is not winning football. We can't keep squeezing our way by every game. We're a really good football team. We have a lot of really good players. Once we buy into the systems, not one, once we buy into the systems and what is being coached, and also we have to have leadership to take over. I believe this isn't the end, but it's definitely a great wake-up call for us to tighten up the ship. This is now playoff football. It's November, December. This is a chunk of our schedule. A lot of great teams we are playing on primetime, and we got to be able to find ways to win. He said we can't keep – well, so the highlight of this whole thing is we got to stop pointing fingers. I haven't found it.
Well, he has it.
He just read it word for word.
Where have you had it? I haven't seen the video.
Well, one of the reporters grabbed it. I have it, but it's word for word what he just said.
Okay, let's hear CJ say it.
And then I'm going to say it at the
better.
same time.
It's better when CJ says it. Okay? So because CJ, well, this is how you get in the Hall of Fame. You take other people's words, you plagiarize.
Well, for people who don't, that's me just doing a transcript for you also.
All right, here's CJ actually saying it.
I would say, we just got to honestly just play football better, execute better, stop pointing the finger, and realize, at the end of the day, this is not winning football, and we can't keep squeezing our way by every game. We are a really good football team. We have a lot of really good football players. Once we buy into the systems and what is being, coached, and also we got to be able to have leadership to take over. So, I believe, this isn't the end, but this is definitely a great wake-up call for us.
Yeah, so they left out a lot of and at one point they left out football from good football players. They just put players. What CJ said, actually, I take that back. I should not have read that transcript. They left out a lot of words like and then also the word football. Now, I'm focused on that. The real focus is CJ said we got to stop pointing fingers. He mentioned buying in to both systems, or to the systems, not one. What do you think all of this means? Let's sit here, and since CJ didn't tell us,
buying in is a problem.
Buying in is a real problem.
Is a problem. Not buying in is a real problem. So, do you feel like he's? Well, I feel he's frustrated as all get out, right? He is at a point. I don't know if he's at a breaking point, but he's like, what the hell happened to this what happened to this team? What happened? Where are we? And he's right. They're better than this. And they look like Dookie the other night. They really look like Dookie.
And they've started looking like Dookie a lot this year.
Yeah.
Like maybe not Dookie, but like a fart in a bottle where you're like, what is this? This isn't what I expected. Because if you open up a bottle and you think it's an empty bottle and then you get a fart in a bottle, you're going to be like, I did not see this coming.
Right. I was going to enjoy
like
this nice warm liquid
bottle.
drink.
Yeah, and then it turns out fart in a bottle.
Yeah.
Not great. It hasn't. CJ talks about them sneaking by games and squeezing by, and it's been true. They haven't put teams away. They haven't played dominant football. They had a great game against.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special announcement. I love Coors Light. I've always loved Coors Light, and I always will love Coors Light. I'm doing my job, keeping Texas chill. Are you? Are you doing your part? Do your part. Keep Texas chill.
Josh Allen and Buffalo, so that was a really, really good one. This here against Detroit is a dangerous game because everything that D'Amico Ryans has built up, the legend of CJ Stroud, the Nick Caserio love train that he's experienced. This stuff can start to fade away quick if you catch an ass kicking by the Lions. And let me tell you, they're going into everyone's house. They're going into their trap and taking over their trap, as Kirk Cousins would say. And that's a real problem because when they go in, they leave everything a mess. I mean, they got 2 running backs that can play all 3 downs, and they're 2 very different. They got a bully in Montgomery, and they got a flash and dash guy in Jahmyr Gibbs. Sam Laporta's starting to come around. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just a terrific wide receiver. They built an offensive line that the Texans wish they had. They both tried to do it. Only one team was successful of finding the bullies. They got a quarterback who simply, by the way, interestingly enough, my comp for CJ Stroud was Jared Goff coming out, and I still like the comp. I think they're very similar type of quarterbacks. But Jared Goff right now is steering the ship. Did you see the stat they had on him? He has 28 touchdowns. What? I got to see the stats. Something like his incompletions are 25.
Oh, no, right, yeah.
25 touchdowns, but it can't be 25 touchdowns and incompletions, can it? They said something like, because he didn't have 28 touchdowns this year, but it was 28 touchdowns to 25 incompletions in his last several games. How is that even possible? They showed the stat last night on the Sunday night game. And Jared Goff, I know Lamar Jackson's going to get all the love for MVP, but Jared Goff really deserves a lot of attention for that award. So does Josh Allen. So does Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a monster. He did it again yesterday. Like, Derrick Henry has made Lamar Jackson and Todd Monken's job so much easier. Monken is the offense coordinator over there. Lamar's playing great. Monken's doing a great job at the play action. But look what happens when you have a dominant running game. You can set your quarterback up for easy play action throws. So easy because your linebackers are flowing downhill. You've got safeties who are all over the field because Monken's doing a good job of just and Lamar's throwing it with good accuracy. And it's been, I mean, the rate right now, the best game right now in pro football, I think, would be Ravens versus Lions. Now, I'm kind of disrespecting the Chiefs a little bit here, but I just don't love the way Mahomes is playing.
They're hard to watch right now.
Something's off because Mahomes is not the same quarterback. I would say Mahomes right now is not playing like one of the top 8 quarterbacks in the league, but he is making winning plays in critical times.
You know how many? Okay, so Jared Goff, 74.9%. 75% he's throwing. Averages 8.7 yards per throw. 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You know how many times he's been sacked?
How many?
18. You know how many times CJ's been sacked?
How much?
30.
Well, that's a really high
30,
number.
and last year was 38 for the whole season. He's already got 30.
Who didn't play last year?
Kenyon Green.
Who's out for the rest of the year?
Kenyon Green. You think it gets better?
I think everything's solved. No, but I think that the odds of the Texans making a trade now have gone way up. I think that it's about 60% now that they will add depth on the offensive line. Because the problem is if you trade for an offensive lineman for another team, it's pretty rare that you can get like a Cam Robinson level player, solid tackle who comes in and now he's starting for Minnesota. Finding a good guard on a team, they're going to be looking at guards who are backups on other teams. Evan Neal, Nate Davis from the Bears, who I think will turn into another Kenyon Green because that's an issue for him, pass pro. And then Andres Pete.
Wait a minute. You want a guy who's a backup on the Bears?
No, I don't.
I
don't want one.
No,
but
I know, but don't do that, Nick Caserio. If you can't start on the Bears, what the bleep?
Yeah, they stink on the offensive line. They stink. Well, there are not bad run blocking. Well, it's the same as with the Texans, but we're looking specifically for pass protection right now.